Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty indeed. What's going on, everybody? It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Welcome to the live stream. Guys, we are a little over a week away from Halloween. It is It is October 22nd right now. Great to see everybody on here. We're going to see everybody actually who's in the lobby filing in here right now. I appreciate you guys being here. It was a lot of fun chatting with you guys like I always do about 5 minutes before. And again, welcome to the stream. Any second now, we're going to see this number jump up here as well. And we'll get it going here. Yes, Annette, I know. I totally messed that up. Shoutouts to Buzz7332 donating to the channel already. You've got your name and lights down below over there. Of course, you're a official sponsor and patron of the channel as well, Buzz. I appreciate that. Should you guys wish to be like Buzz and actually contribute to the channel, a little bit goes a long way. You'll find a multitude of ways to do that. Take a look at the description box info for that information, as well as the first pinned comment here on the replay if you're catching this on the replay. Of course, in the chat box, you're going to see a little dollar sign. You can click on it and go from there. Like I said, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you. You'll see your name and lights that'll pop up over here as well as down below. And I greatly appreciate the support as always. Make sure you subscribe too if you haven't already. All right, let's see who we've got here in the chat. We've got a lot of people jumping in here right now. This number is about to jump here. I can already see it on my side. Super Saeed, I hope I said that correctly, my friend. How you doing? Great to see you. Thank you so much for jumping on. We'll just call you Super just to be on the safe side. Tiffany Shields, of course. Thanks so much for jumping on. Hello, hello. Carl Broussard, Erna 785, our 80s aficionado when it comes to music and everything in between when it comes to the 80s. Annette Cervantes as well, one of my awesome mods here. Thank you so much for jumping on. Yes, it is another rainy Friday with the special effects going on here for the Halloween season, which actually we're expecting a pretty heavy amount of rain coming this week here in Southern Cali. So I'm excited for that. If not, believe it or not, tomorrow a little bit. So it should be really good. Thankfully, all my stuff has been filmed in advance. I'm all good. I'm just going to be putting stuff together as normal. So I'm going to be relaxing mostly, doing that stuff. Let's see. I'm doing okay. Super. Thanks so much for asking there. We got Buzz7332. It's a Friday night situation. You already know what it is. We have Charles in here as well. Charles, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Let's see. Love food like I do. Thank you for being here as well. I recognize all the avatars. A lot of my day ones that are in here right now. You guys are awesome. Matthias Venegas Juarez. Hopefully I said that correctly as well. Hello, hello. Thanks for jumping on. Reality R. Looks like from Japan right over there. Yes, not the typical musical background. I definitely wanted to keep a little bit more of the Halloween theme right now. And you guys can hear it as well as hear me, right? Give me a thumbs up here in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me and see me okay. I'm guessing you can because I'm not seeing any people saying anything to the contrary. So, very cool, very cool. Let's see. Tiffany loves the sound of the storm. I do too. It's very therapeutic for me. Believe it or not, sometimes when I have trouble sleeping, I like listening to ASMR of sounds like that. So it actually kind of helps me too. Then naturally, when it's really raining outside, it's even better as well too. Charles, I love your videos. Thank you. I have a blast making them. They're always fun to do. And definitely have a lot of fun putting the content together for you guys. It's been a busy week. We'll get into that in a second, and I'll tell you about the chain of events for that as well. Maybe a little precursor to what you may be seeing this coming week as well too. And yes, Annette, thank you. Please hit that like button down below. It definitely lets YouTube know that I'm doing all right, and it helps the stream trend. Make sure you share the stream out with a lot of the peeps that you know as well. That would be beautiful. A grassroots effort, guys. We're over 35,000 plus, coming up on 35,000, almost 200 subscribers now. And guys, I can't tell you, I'm just over the moon. It's really been a blast doing this for the 8+ years as well. Drew's Food Reviews in the house. You already know. Yes, yes, yes. It is almost Halloween. A little over a week to go. Can't believe how quickly time is flying here. Super. Need to try the Wendy's new crispy fries. You know what? There's so much out right now to review and things to take a look at. If I decide to do that, I'll eventually, hopefully, maybe get around to doing it. But we'll have to see. But I'm hearing good things naturally in terms of what Wendy's is doing there. And I think they replace them for free if you don't like them anyway, which is what they would do with anything to begin with. So, yes, the Wendy's fries, absolutely. I'm hearing they are on there. It's Saturday over there. That's right. You have it's a day, the next day, about 18+ hours ahead, I believe it for reality, on the other side of the planet right now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for tuning in here. I have a lot of fun talking to all the international peeps here as well. It's really awesome that we're all over the place. We're global. It's kind of crazy, but we're small at the same time. We have an awesome community here on the channel. So great to have you on here, my friend. Thank you so much. No umbrella needed because I am nice and toasty on the inside here, Drew. I am good. I am good. So Super is coming to Maryland, wants me to come to Maryland and try halal food. You know, I would love to travel at some point here in the near future as things are beginning to kind of stabilize out. We'll have to see how the new year, you know, what that brings, and naturally as things kind of shake out from that point there. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. And again, Buzz, shout outs to you for donating to the channel. Always great to hang out with Ian and the entire YouTube community here on the channel. I definitely love the camaraderie with all of you guys. Everybody here, we have a really close-knit group. Everyone's chatting away. And it's really awesome to see. Any of you content creators out there as well, you're more than welcome to share whatever it is you're working on right now here in the chat as well. Whatever it is that may be out now. Definitely let peeps know. I'm very much okay with that stuff. So I don't know why that's an issue. I guess it comes up, people say, is it okay if I do that? Yes, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Freddy Foodie King in the house. You already know what it is. Maureen Descatado. I'm doing all right. My wife is doing as well, also as well. Thank you so much for asking. And let's see. I'm just shooting on down over here so you guys can hear me. And everything is good. I'll catch up here. The chat, it looks like it is finally caught up here. Annette, Ian is Mr. Worldwide Pitbull. That's hilarious. If I had that worldwide money that he's making, that would be awesome too. Lord Darkside, how you doing, my friend? Thanks so much for jumping on. You had the Wendy's nuggets today. Hopefully the spicy kind, right? Let me know if it's a spicy that you have by throwing a flame here in the chat. That would be awesome. James Morrison, happy Friday. Looking forward to the review. Yes, we've got it coming up here in just a little bit. I got a couple of things to show you as well throughout the hour. We've got some things to do. Drew, yes, we're getting closer to the Subway review as we're approaching the 50,000 mark, right? We'll have to see. I'm kind of still teetering on what to do with that number eventually. Ed Keaton, thank you so much for jumping on. Just wish, oh, come on now, Ed, come on. No. We're going to distract you for this next hour. I don't want to see stuff like that in the chat. Come on, man. You'll be okay. We'll definitely do our best to give you as much entertainment as I possibly can to give you something to think about otherwise. But shout outs to Ed Keaton for being in the chat. I appreciate you being here, my friend. It's always a highlight to see all of you guys, all of my day ones here in the chat. You already know. Spider Rico, does my wife get upset with all the fast food? Well, she does bring it to my attention, but I always let her know that it's only 3 or 4 bites, if that. And then I try and take things out of it and use it for other things that we make here naturally. But I really hardly ever finish a lot of the stuff that I review naturally there. I just know how to balance my diet with that as well too. So have no fear, and believe it or not, this stuff is shot in advance, and it's not every single day because that's not good for you either to do that. So you have to space it out and kind of get it going that way. And fortunately, as times have gotten better in terms of just the growth and things like that as well, and networking with a lot of the places, I'm able to do that. And then naturally, when you see them come out every single day, it may seem like, man, he's eating this stuff every single day. No, that is not good. That is not good. So yes, she does actually, we have those conversations naturally, but I think she knows how I'm balancing these things as well too. Let's see, going down, Annette, we all love you here. Ed, yes, you already know. Ed Keaton is definitely one of the day ones, one of the awesome members of our community. Let's see, Cordell Gibson, I always watch your replay, but I can't believe I caught you live. I gotta run, but if you could just simply say hey to me, that would be neat. Stay frosty. Hey, Cordell, I think I just did, and hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, my friend. Mr. Gibson or Mrs. Gibson, however you want to be known as, naturally. Thank you so much for jumping on, and I'm glad that I can acknowledge you live here in the chat. You're now immortalized as we go, so part of the replay forever. And ever. So thank you so much for that. I'm glad that you're on, and I appreciate you watching those replays. It means a great deal. Have you seen I meant to ask my next upcoming question on the last week's stream, but I wasn't able to. Sorry, please bear with me. No worries. It is all good in the hood. All good in the hood. Lord Darkside, no spicy. My nephew's father got me from Wendy's. Okay, youngest didn't eat them either, so I did. Okay, cool. Hey, the regular ones are good too. Wendy's nuggets are awesome, but I gotta be honest, you can't fade the fact that they're $1.50 over at like a BK. I mean, honestly, for me, I think those are pretty awesome too. So I get those on occasion. I've had the ghost pepper a few times since. Shout outs to Brian Rock Rail Fan right over here for subscribing. Thank you so much for doing that. Naturally, you of course are going to be down below. All the activity on my channel typically pops up over here as we're live, which is kind of cool. I really kind of like those little widgets and stuff that I put in there for you guys. So let's see. Maureen Descatado is saying hello to everybody. Tiffany Shields, we all love you. Ed, yes, you already know. Come on now. You already know, Ed. You already know. Let's see. Annette, everything in moderation. Yes, everything. Whether it's snacks, sugary drinks. I mean, this is the basic stuff. You gotta balance it out. You gotta balance it out. Steve C had the Megan Popeyes. Oh yeah, the Megan Popeyes yesterday. It was okay. Seemed to just like a Thai sweet chili sauce with a lesser amount of heat. I agree with that. I was getting more of the sweet heat vibe from that. The hottie sauce from Popeyes with Megan Thee Stallion. That was a lot of fun to put together. That was actually last weekend. A lot of the stuff that you've seen this week was literally shot in a row from late last week into the weekend, and then it started rolling out from that point. So all of my Papa John's stuff that was filmed in advance as well. All those things there. So naturally, some of those things weren't available in the beginning in terms of posters and stuff like that as well. Then they became available. So you've got some fun stuff there to look forward to. And of course, process of elimination, you're going to be seeing the next variation of Papa John's, of course, the third one very, very soon. But just to go down the line here, let's just say it has been a very, very busy week for sure of content for you guys. Outside of the moist cheese from the little week previous before that, we've had the Shake Shack Black Truffle Burger, which was a banging situation. And then it went right into Papa John's Triple Bacon Pizza, which was definitely a lovely situation. I'd never seen a pizza with full strips on there like that. It photographed beautifully. I had a lot of fun putting that one together. And then actually the Papadilla crusted one was filmed shortly after that. But what you guys saw that week was the Popeyes Hottie Sauce chicken sandwich from Megan Thee Stallion collabo. That was in pre-production for about a week and a half, and then naturally just getting the content, putting it together, all those graphics were made. A lot of fun doing that as well. And then going into right from there, you saw the Papa John's Parmesan crusted one. I actually contemplated putting out the last one today, but I figured with those 3 in a row right there, let's just do the stream tonight. You'll have this replay available on Sunday, and then of course, process of elimination. You kind of know what's coming tomorrow for Bacon Mania. And then we'll finish it out from there, and then into this coming week with something that I've had on the back burner since it came out a week ago. So we got to get back on schedule with that. It's just been crazy because my phone blew up with, hey, guess what? This is coming this week. Let me get started on this. That's when Papa John's was going down. And then now we're somewhat caught up, except for something else, which is actually coming also. So let me just say it's been busy. It's been very busy. So let's see. Who else do we have on here right now? Going down the line again. Noel, mi familia. There you go. My sister is on here right now. Thanks so much for jumping on. I love all those emojis. You already know. Ghosts, pumpkins, which, by the way, I am still looking for more Ghosts and Bats chips. Sister, please let me know if your Trader Joe's by you has them. I need at least 10 more bags. I bought 10 to begin with. I'm out, and I want to make sure if there's anything left. I know outside of what you have, probably. I need to get at least 10 more because those things I'm running low. I think I'm down to 2 bags now that are left, and I want to make sure I've got some more. But do me a favor and do me a solid, please. Do your brother a solid, sister, please. Let's see. Dom's World, what it do? Thanks so much for jumping on. No worries. And you know what? Speaking of my sister real quick, I wanted to show you guys something that my sister actually got me, which I was blown away by. They are out. Okay, the Noel, they're out by you over there. Okay. No worries, no worries. We'll have to see what's going on. Jay Nepper, Jay, what's going on, brother? Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you being on here right now. We've got all the replays in effect. You got plenty to catch up on there with Peace I'm Out at the very end for you, too. Thanks so much for jumping on here. But let me just show you this real quick. Derek Levesque, what's going on as well? Pedro Bermudez, thanks so much as well, too. Try the Takis challenge. All right, we'll have to take that into account. We'll see. Let's see. What about the Bacon Mania Papadilla? That's already been done, Charles. That actually just came out yesterday. But let me show you guys something here, because the last time I went over to go to see mi familia, my sister, actually, a few days ago, I want to say middle of early in the week, something actually showed up that she ordered from me because she was like, you know, this is like perfect that I happened to be over at that particular time, and, you know, couldn't believe that it showed up. You know, she leaned over and, you know, she told her significant other, she's like, oh man, I can't believe that it got here. And he's like, you know, what is it? What is it? And then she shows him on the phone. And the next thing you know, she goes downstairs and comes up with a package. And apparently she knows my 2 greatest loves, or 2 of my highest esteemed or highly elevated loves in terms of things that I enjoy, happen to be Dunkin' Donuts, because I definitely love going for my mocha, you know, coffees and everything like that, as well as Michael Myers, and of course Friday the 13th. Take a look at this shirt that she got. I'm gonna try and stand up for this actually, so you can kind of see. It's not really working too well like that, but take a look at this. It is Michael Myers and Jason hanging out, having an iced coffee in front of Dunkin' Donuts. So kind of cool, and I gotta say, it looks really awesome. The mask is cool, and apparently it's a thing. If you do a search for this, this is kind of like a viral shirt. So it's like a huge thing, but look how cool that is. That is just straight out awesome right there. So of course they're having their iced coffees. They're right in front of Dunkin' Donuts, and I gotta tell you, I was just blown away by that. Really, really cool. So very, very slick with that too, for sure. So shout outs to my sister. I appreciate you. I love you. You already know this was definitely a very, very fun thing to check out. And then naturally, a few days later, Halloween Kills came out, and I actually did watch it, and I enjoyed it. It was different, but definitely kind of feels like they were doing something for a setup for the third movie, obviously. But I enjoyed it. I love the flashback sequences. I love the enhanced things they did with it. That version of it, it was really cool. It was just a little bit more hack and slash, a little bit less scary that way, because it was just, you know, what it was. But interesting, definitely cool. You know, I don't want to give too much of it away strictly because it's only been out a week, so we'll probably talk about it on closer to Halloween anyway. But I enjoyed it. It was good. Just makes me look forward to the third one that much more. We'll see. But yes, it was a very cool shirt, and I got to tell you, I'm very, very much impressed with that. Nice quality. So the next Dunkin' review I do, or just in general some of the other reviews, you're probably going to see that shirt. Even if it's after Halloween, I'll probably still be doing that for sure. So let's see here. Going down the line. Let's see. Love food like I do. Yes, I did watch Dom's World. Yes, I did watch Halloween Kills. It was just, like I said, it was definitely cool. I definitely enjoyed it. Let's see. Jay Nepper. Well, that shirt keeps the burglars out of the store. Yes, I agree. It would. It absolutely would. It's good times right there. It's good times. So, guys, very much excited to actually have, you know, all of you guys here in the chat. It is definitely awesome situation for sure. I appreciate you being on here right now. We're going to get into the review in just a couple of more minutes here. Let me go through the chat one more time. Let's see. Dom says, awesome shirt. Yes, yes, yes. I thought so too. It's very cool. Haven't seen the Merkins, Tiffany Shields. Haven't seen the Merkins. Dress up like a zombie hockey player, says Armando Baron Gaming. Armando Baron, what's going on, my friend? Scott Messerschmidt, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dante. Dante's got a birthday? Where am I seeing this here? Going up the line here. I'm trying to find it here. My chat is moving a little quick for me. Let me see if I can try and catch it there. Armando, have I tried steamed buns? Depends upon what's in them. Is it pork? Is it beef? Let's see. Any thoughts on the new MacBook Pros coming out next week? Pretty awesome, James. I got to tell you, I would actually feel like if I was in the market for one, I would go for it. I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro that I got from 2019 into 2020. That was the last version of the 16-inch. So I have the Intel chip with that one. The new stuff has got obviously their MacBook, the new Mac Silicon, the ones that they make, but really awesome. It starts about $100 more from the base model, so it's like $24.99, I think. And they brought back the MagSafe with the magnetic connectors, which I actually have an aftermarket version of that in mind. So I pretty much have that. But if I was in the market for a Mac, I would easily go for it. I know my wife is. I know she's going to be picking up one of those for her work. So I'll definitely be checking it out for sure. But I love the fact that it's a 1080p camera finally in the front. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it going forward. But it looks cool. It definitely looks pretty cool. And hardcore pricing for sure, too. Let's see. Lord Darkside says, Annette, have you ever managed to get the mini M&Ms yet? Charles is asking if I'm going to be reviewing the Hostess Limited Twinkies. You never know. Hang on, you may be surprised. Coming soon, coming soon. Let's see, Food Central TV, peeping out the live stream. Food Central, Connor, what is going on, brother? Thanks so much for jumping on. Happy pre-Halloween week for you. Great to see you on, my friend. Thank you for being here, of course. Another cool content creator in the community. You already know what it is. I don't need to remind you guys, but I'll just tell you anyway. Like, share, comment, subscribe, jump on over. All great peeps in the community putting out fun content and keeping it positive, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 72 John Black, are you going to review the same old McRib which came out on November 1st? No, I'm not doing that again this year. I've done it so many times over. I think I'm good. And I've done it, I think, a triple variant we did on the stream the last time. So I'm good. I am definitely good. Jay Nepper, dude, jumping up with a super chat donation over here in just a second. You're going to see what this is. I appreciate you, Jay. Craziness. Guess who's back? Nepper's back. You already know. Jay's in the house. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, need not say you are down, one of the official sponsors of the channel as well. Thank you for your love and support of the channel always. You already know. It really blows me away, the generosity of you guys. Just, it doesn't matter what it is. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for that. I really do mean it. Let's see. Drew says Glow Balls 2. You know, I don't know if those are even out this year, Drew. I didn't see any Halloween versions of those like they usually do with that. Maybe it's just where I live currently right now, but we'll have to see what it is. We'll have to see. Lord Darkside was like, how does this happen? And everyone's acknowledging. I know Jay is off the chart here right now. Who's this? Dan Hartman. I can dream about you if I can hold you tonight. That's a classic song right there, Erna. I appreciate that. Super chat donation as well. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that, Erna. Going down the line there. Let's see. Armando, you should miss Halloween Horror Nights. I do, actually. I'm not doing any events this year. It is not up there for me just yet, especially after everything that I went through. There is no way I'm going to be doing anything until this coming year when I think it's better, for sure. And let me see, catching up on here again. Let's see, Cordell Gibson, Jane Epper just outshowed us all. Laugh out loud. You are too much. I appreciate. You guys can definitely jump in there if you wish. No pressure. I appreciate you guys though. Let's see, going down. Saber fam, what it be, what it do? Thanks so much for jumping on. Larry Nguyen as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you being here. You already know. About to jump into the review in just a couple of minutes here. Not even. Great to see everybody is chatting away here. Annette, got to put on your Michael Myers costume and go to Dunkin'. And I'm going to put the shirt on. I haven't worn the shirt yet. And I'm actually due for a Dunkin'. I've been limiting my Dunkin' to at least twice a week. And one time at McDonald's because I'm trying to kind of manage some of the headaches that I've been getting lately. I don't know if it's a caffeine related thing or a lack of. I haven't really pinpointed what it is, but it could be a lot of the editing and a lot of the work that I've been doing as well too. So we'll have to see about there's a combination of it as well too. Derek Leveske, living in Cali, 50 can get you half a tank of gas. That is no joke. That is no joke, Derek. You already know. Charles has a bowling league tomorrow. I'm going to wish you very best of luck to knock it out there. Definitely to knock it out. 300. We expect 300 on the next stream. You let us know how you did. Derek, I already know it's true. Gallon is $7 now. I haven't. Don't jinx me because it's $4.19 where I'm at right now. So don't jinx me. Annette says it could be a lack of caffeine. I think it's trying to manage it though, Annette. I think that's the thing. I have a lot of trouble, trying to manage some of that. Sometimes I have it too much. I have too little, and the next thing you know, I'm hurting. So we'll have to see. David Brooks, I've been watching you since 2015. David, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. A lot of the content, I'm telling you, it's really, it's been a lot of blast to do. Every time I put out something every single week, I'm always trying to outdo what I did previously, to give you guys some of that quality stuff that you're expecting, and definitely just what you expect from me. And I enjoy doing it. And if you've been watching for the last 6+ years, I appreciate you even that much more too, because they're, literally one of my day ones. I started in 2013. Which is crazy to think about. So David Brooks, thank you. I appreciate you. Psycho, have you ever ate KFC deep fried breast nestled between two delicious Krispy Kreme cake donuts? Yes, I have, actually. It was their donut sandwich that they did, which was a blast to do. Really, really good. Good times over there. San Diego, it's 509 for gas. Oh my God. Sammy, what's going on? Lost my wallet a couple of days ago, had to replace my driver's license. Oh, that's a no bueno situation if you had to go to the DMV. Word to the wise, get there by 5 p.m. Before they close, because all the lines begin to open and they don't get paid overtime from what I'm understanding. I don't know if that's still in effect because of the pandemic, what's happening. But you'd be surprised how quickly you can get through the line. If you show up first thing in the morning, you're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting. But Sammy says, loving the ghost pepper nugs from BK. They should do the ghost pepper chicken sandwich. I think that would be cool too. Add a little bit more spice into it too as well. I'm very surprised we didn't have anything else, at least Halloween related, just coming up, at least not that I'm aware of. But who knows what this next week will bring? Who knows? At least over in Thailand, I think they have a ghost burger over there, which is the rodeo burger that we have here in the States, but with the black bun. So interesting situation with that. But let's see, Mr. Gibson, got to go to work. Probably going to fall asleep watching this guy all night. Hey, it's all good, my friend. I appreciate you. Again, this replay is going to be available on Sunday, the 24th, So you will have it to take a look at here and relive all the fun moments that you may be missing coming up here very soon. I appreciate you doing that, at least being here right now and being immortalized for up to this point. So shout outs to you. Be safe wherever you're at, and we'll definitely catch you on the replay for sure. Fine Dining, what's going on? Let's see. Larry Nguyen, have I done a food review at Sam's Club or Costco? I have done Costco. I believe it's the chicken bake. And I think that may be it. I have to take a look. If you do a search for anything, and just like you think I may have done, just put Peep This Out after, or Peep, and see if anything comes up on YouTube. Because with over 1,300 plus pieces of content, you're probably going to see it there. You're probably going to see it there. So we'll have to see. Shelly, jumping in over here. That's awesome, Bus. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Shelly. I appreciate it more than you know. All of you guys, I'm telling you, you guys are making me very humbled right now. I'm humbled anyway because I have a blast doing this stuff for you. I'm glad that I can put myself out there for you all. And of course to Bus7332, Jay Nepper, Erna, over to Shelly. You guys are rocking it right now, so I appreciate you. You already know what it is. Stupid food review show. Jesus and the Tortilla, what's going on? What'd you think of the Megan Thee Stallion hottie sauce? You know, I liked it, but I got to admit, and there's Shelly jumping up over here. Just a little bit more of a little, I wouldn't say an extreme version of the sweet heat, but it's very similar to that. I really thought it was just kind of like a little too syrupy for me. I kind of like the more mayo-y type of spicy, like the Cajuns, you know, spicy Cajun that they do. So you already know what it is. Whoa, Jay Nepper jumping in with additional. He's meeting up with Shelly right now. You guys are battling it out here in the chat with the super chats, literally. I think it's going to be the battle for the ages. We're going to see who wins this one here. But you're tied now. That's awesome. But Jesus and the Tortilla, it was decent. But again, you know, it really, for me, the more syrupy sauce is just okay. I mean, it was all right. It was fun to check out. But naturally, the bit of marketing for what it is. I'm just glad it wasn't a quote-unquote celebrity meal for something that these celebrities supposedly get. Because now they're throwing it around like it's no big thing. It doesn't really feel as special. It's just a marketing thing. Anyway, I get it, you know, totally. But I wish it was just a little bit more. But I'm digging what they're doing, at least with this. They have merchandise. They have a whole bunch of other stuff to go along with it. And plus, obviously, it's Megan Thee Stallion, which is awesome. So you already know what it is. But it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. Larry Nguyen, we'll have to see. Most likely Michael Myers. We'll have to see. But of course, I mean, that's my usual thing. It's been the same outfit for so many years. With that. All right, you guys ready for the review? I think it's time that we jump into it right now. If you are ready for the review, give me a pumpkin here in the chat. Let me see a pumpkin, and I really want to see if you guys, probably some of you may have already guessed what it may be. We'll have to see here. Going on down over here. 44 past the hour. I will stop matching, going in there as well. Oh, crazy, Mr. Gibson. Then you make my day watching your reviews. It makes no sense. Still crazy you said my name out loud. Well, I appreciate you. Hopefully I said it correctly, Mr. Gibson or Mrs. Gibson. Cordell Gibson, we'll just say. Thank you so much for jumping on. Let's peep this out on the replay if you have to go. Thank you so much for jumping on here right now. You already know. Pumpkinhead from Jay Nepper. We got Shelly. We got Michael Domayer jumping in here as well, too. I appreciate that. Nephews are dressing up like pups for Paw Patrol from Lord Darkside. That's awesome. Drew, my hottie sandwich was no bueno. The bun was hard on top and soggy. Man, I'm going to have to take a look at what your thoughts are on that one, Drew. Obviously, that's not going to be a good situation. Sometimes it is what it is. So, all right, we got pumpkins. We got everything going on here right now. It is definitely on point. You guys are ready for it. Some of you may have guessed it already. So we're going to complete the trifecta by jumping in on some spooky Twinkies with Scream Filling, the limited edition. I had to finish this out here. This is literally like a week of trifectas. We've got Papa John's trifectas. We have this trifecta of Hostess. And this really feels a little bit more legit because this time it's chocolate cake. It's not golden in there as well. So we'll have to see. Chocolate cake with cream filling. Uh-oh, Jay's coming up on it. Mr. Cordell, he's matching 5. You guys are jumping in here right now. You guys are battling it out here. It is getting scary a week before Halloween in the super chat department here. So shout outs to you. It's getting crazy. But spooky Twinkies, chocolate cake with creamy filling. So this actually is no longer the golden style. And of course, I'm going to show you the correct way to open this box because again, it is all about the correct way. Finding on the side, we've got the label. We're going to rip this open. Looks like a Suzy Q. Yes. Yes, Charles, you did guess it. I was trying not to say anything, and actually I did my best actually. So all right, so you rip it open on the side, slide your finger across, try not to paper cut yourself along one side, Get it ready on the other side. Try not to paper cut yourself again. And then you open it up like so. You do not rip the side and then destroy the box on the side. This is meant to sit on the counter. So when people come in the morning or whatever like that and they see this cool little box of Twinkies, this presents pretty nicely, guys. Look at that. Pretty cool. And just so you guys know, this is spooky wrapping for shareable snacking. For celebration and tips and sweet treats, go to hostesscakes.com/Halloween. Hashtag unsponsored. In effect there right now. Have you seen it? Did you know there will soon be a 2021 Peacemaker spinoff? Yes, on HBO Max, I think I want to say, or one of those services. I think it's HBO Max. Coming out for sure. Looking forward to that. With you in there too. Jane Epper says, in the morning, I'm thinking any time of the day or night. Yes, well, primarily first thing, in the morning when you go in to get some coffee, you've got some cakes up on the counter. This looks pretty cool, guys. I have to admit, this packaging looks really sweet. And it's kind of like I remember them. It's been a minute since I've had a Twinkie here right now. This one, because it's so dark on the wrapper, you can at least see. This one looks like we've got pumpkins. It looks like we've got a witch, and we've got a scary tree. We don't have a ghost, though. You can kind of see that. I don't see it. But on the back of it, we have those 3 holes right there. So take a look. The camera's doing a good job keeping the focus. This unit is not labeled for retail sale, so no look on me selling these individually. But it's chocolate cake, so how bad could this really be here right now? Sean Faye says they look black. Well, they are. It's super dark cake. It is. It's like black chocolate the way it looks on here right now. Let's see. So are we getting the Hostess unboxing tutorials every week now? I think we just completed it, Annette. I think we just completed it right now. All right, so just to be on the safe side as well, I have got some milk, which is actually lactose-free milk. So it still tastes the same for me. And we're gonna crack this open. This looks like it has that buttery feel in there as well. We'll try and keep that focus somewhat. Well, we'll get it out of the package here once the cellophane wrap is done. This feels a little smaller than I remember, but it looks really nice. Look at that, coming through crystal clear. Peep this out, guys. Very, very slick in terms of the presentation on this one. And of course, the bottom right there, those 3 holes that they use to pump the cream into. Really, really nice. You want me to break this towards you, or do you want to see me take a bite? I'll wait for a second over here. You want me to crack this in half, or do you want to go for a bite right off the end of it there? You guys decide. We'll see how many say. Crack it in half, or take a bite. This looks really good, guys. It's very moist in my hands here right now, just so you guys know. And that says bite. All right, we got a vote for bite. I'm gonna wait for another 10 seconds until this catches up to see here. And if Annette's the only one. Lord says bite. Am I making you guys hungry yet? Maureen says bite. Michael says break it. All right, looks like we're going for the bite. Here we go. Chocolate Twinkie, actually. It's just basically the spooky Twinkie with Scream filling. Here we go. Take a big bite. Well, we'll do for maybe almost half. That's awesome. Wow. Wow. Guys, I know it's just a Twinkie. I know it is just a Twinkie, but the cream filling is banging and it's super moist chocolate cake. It is simple, buttery, smooth, rich, and oh so satisfying. And wow, this is crazy. So let's go for a little dunk action. Hopefully that's coming through in the focus right over there. I really hope it's staying as focused as I can. I know it's contrasty because of the white. Let me try it dunked in. Oh yeah. All day long with this. All day long. These are really, really good, guys. Really good. Super moist, creamy. It's classic Twinkie filling at the same time. Man, Jay Nepper, you need to give these a shot. The chocolate moistness on this is crazy good. Size is pretty decent. Calories, just real quick on one of them. Let's see, 2 cakes is 270 calories, so they're 135 a piece. That's not bad at all, just for one of these. But guys, the moistness is crazy delicious, and that cream in there. Let me try and squeeze that just a little bit for you. It's not really, it's focusing on my face primarily. There we go. Really, really good. I'm just gonna slam it. This is good. Man. This has been sitting here for a couple of weeks, actually. I've been staring at that box, and I'm so glad that I did this right now because it's so good. Wow. That cream filling is insane. Classic Twinkie goodness on this one, guys. 9 out of 10 by far. 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because the size, it's a little smaller than I remember, and the cream, although it's pretty decent, seems a little less as well. I mean, overall, it feels like a smaller product, but delicious. I mean, if it's a 9 out of 10, this is a buy. This is definitely a buy. I would recommend this. This is really, really tasty. Digging the box, digging the fact that it's got some fun packaging, spooky wrapping for shareable snacking. I'm definitely digging that. And again, it's my best time of the year, Halloween, the best time to have these. And I'm glad to give this one a shot for you guys. Right here on Peep This Out Reviews. Definitely a lot of fun checking this out with the screen filling. I'm really digging the marketing with Hostess for these. These are really, really tasty. So it's going to be nice having this in the live stream replays playlist, where you see all of the content that I put out here on live stream. Naturally having all the full lineup of the Hostess products, finishing it out at least with the Spooky Twinkies, which is pretty banging. So very, very tasty on that. More chocolate cake instead of Twinkie from KG38. Yes, it's a lot of cake, but like I said, the Twinkie, the filling is a little on the light side, but what is in there is very reminiscent. I mean, it's really a Twinkie. It's the Twinkie filling. But it did feel a little bit light. It did feel a little bit light, but the flavor is crazy good on that there. Jay Nepper, let me know what you think when you give that a shot, because it's crazy good. And do dip it in some milk. I didn't do that the last time when I tried the last stuff that we had with the scary cakes. Naturally, it would have been a good idea. But very good. Very good. Yes, Annette, dunk it in the milk. That's the way to do it. You already know. Junior is saying, I can't. Let's see. Jay Nepper, Banana Twins by Little Debbie's are extremely tough to find. I haven't seen those, actually. Little Debbie actually has some pretty good stuff around the holidays also. Really, really good stuff. All right, so let me see. Go down the line here. Banging Twinkie situation from Drew. Constance Cherry, thanks so much for jumping on. Big Burger Boy 2005. Oh my God, so good. I'm banging. I'm telling you, those were delicious right now. Not just because I'm really hungry for dinner, but that is just really, really good. It's been a minute since I've actually had a Twinkie, and that was very satisfying right now. Tony Schultz, what's going on? Yes, not much cream. I know, I know. Twinkies are the backbone of this country. Yes, they are, actually. You already know. Good times. Yes, I like eggnog, Larry Nguyen. Absolutely. Very good stuff. Holidays, like literally, once Halloween ends, we're going to be immediately into that mode. Immediately into that mode. Jay Nepper, I will box of those Twinkies and also a side can of whipped cream. Yes, I would definitely top it off, Jay. I would definitely top it off with something there. Anything that you're going to put on that to add a little bit even more sweetness to it, whipped cream, any type of flavored whipped cream. I'd like to try like a pumpkin whipped cream with that, to be honest. I know they have like the pumpkin spice version of this, but I would love to try like a pumpkin spice type of cream. That you can actually do like officially from the can. That would be cool. That would be cool. Derek Levesque, you getting street taco Coronas tonight? No, not for me. Tonight I've got a couple of things to do. I actually watched American Horror Story last night, which was the season finale from this past Wednesday, which a little bit of a rushed ending, but probably one of the best seasons of the show. I loved it. An alien theme and like a vampire theme together. But I've got some things I want to catch up on tonight, watching some content. I'm just trying to relax naturally. Tomorrow's content literally is ready to roll, so that's tomorrow at 12 as well. But it's going to be kind of relaxing tonight, not just because it's raining outside or anything, with all the raining effects, for sure. Yeah, American Horror Story, so good it was. This season was probably one of the best in a very long time. The first half of it was awesome. I just wish they had maybe one more episode to make it more even, 5 episodes each instead of what they did 6 or 7 of the first. And then there was only 4 episodes of the second story, which was done very well with the black and white and the alien theme. It was awesome. Really good. Yes, have you seen and know about the Peacemaker spinoff series? Robert Patrick also playing the dad. I actually know that. Yes, I've been following Rip Fighter, which is on Instagram. That's actually his handle. He's been posting about that, and they had a little trailer clip that showed him as his dad, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to see that. Let's see. Cordell Gibson, dog, tell the truth. How are your reviews worth critique, yet so fascinating? I appreciate you thinking so. I just think I'm just an average guy, like I said, giving his opinion of what's out there, but I love creating it in the way that I do. So that's the best part about it, is putting the content together. I love the filming aspect of it naturally, but I love putting it together and seeing how it's going to turn out, because in my head I see a vision of what it's going to look like when that happens. So when it finally comes to fruition, you know, I'm very happy with the end result, but I just have fun doing it. I really don't look at it any other way. I just love putting my own spin on what it is that everybody's been doing for a long time. Erna, super chat donation, jumping up here again. Do you know Stevie B? Because I Love You. That's a classic song also. Yes, of course. Stevie B's classic stuff. Those are like, you know, like house music, house hip-hop-y type of music back in the day, like the late 80s for that. There was a song called I Want to Be the One. Dun, 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 dun. And something like that along those lines. He did that song also, but that song Because I Love You is a slow song. That was really big, like when I was in high school. Actually, I graduated in '91 actually too, so I remember that. I definitely remember that. Min Lee, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tiffany, are you going to do the Arby's boneless wings? You know, Arby's closed up shop in my area, so there's nothing close by. But if I happen to be in an area where there is one, contrary to what most people think, I do actually carry my camera equipment with me, believe it or not. I have stuff in my car that I keep there. Just usually like a backup stuff, some of my older equipment. So if there's anything that ever comes down the line, if I see something, that's usually how I do those types of things. It's always kind of fun to do, aside from just my phone, naturally. But if I come across Arby's, I know they've had a few things in the past. They've had that country rib sandwich, which looked pretty interesting as well. But there's nothing really close by for that there. They've been doing a lot of retread stuff anyway lately, so this country rib is really the newest thing outside of the nuggets. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Larry Nguyen had In-N-Out today for lunch. Double animal fries, large Dr. Pepper. That's a lovely situation, Larry. You know I'm already big on that for sure. Have you seen it? That's what I meant. Just curious. Second question, if they knew about Robert Patrick from Terminator being there and stuff. It's very cool. It's very cool that he's actually in that way as well. Very nice. So Horror Story is over for the season. Yes, ended this past Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. But it's been renewed, I think, for 2 more. I think it's 2 more that it's got here as well. Ben 10 in the house. Ben Nguyen, sorry for a little late. No worries. I appreciate you being on here right now. Mr. Gibson graduated in 2014, so you're definitely just told your age. Yep. I'm not going to put it out there. We got Subtegral right there with this ghost coming in there. My favorite buddy who loves to hate me. It's all good. Guadalupe Ortez, hello. Welcome. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you jumping in here right now. Min had Burger King today. What did you have at BK? What is your go-to at BK? And Maureen can't wait for November 1st for the McRib. I can't wait either. My first version is going to be the double. You got to do the double and hopefully do the 2 for 1, that type of thing. That would be awesome. I can't wait for that. The McRib is coming back, which is a lovely situation indeed. I am excited to give that a go, of course. Everyone's excited about the McRib. Armando, what days do you film your YouTube content? You know, it varies. Depends upon whenever I get my contacts that they reach out. I have my schedule. I have a Google Calendar that I have things kind of blocked in terms of things, and I kind of see what's available that I can see. I like to try and review things once they have actually material for posters, because I like getting official logos. I'm not a fan of just putting a logo on the screen and saying this is like, you know, whatever it is and just it's written out. I like using the official stuff because it's something that naturally when you see it, you'll recognize it when you go to get it. So it's that type of, you know, thing that where it looks similar or it's the exact same thing. So I like making sure they have that stuff. And it's usually something either off the computer or something, a poster, something that I can get to really kind of help that way. So it varies, but I literally film whenever the opportunity arises. There's really no particular time. It's just based upon availability and what's going to be coming and how much lead time to create certain things. So I've kind of gotten my schedule down to a science in terms of how I do my stuff, so that way I'm not feeling like, oh my God, I'm killing myself to make sure I'm filming. It's just nice to have a kind of space somewhat at the same time. Let's see, Freddie is my guy. Tina from Nightmare on Elm Street. There you go. Love this so much. I wish Halloween was another month long. It's year-round as far as I'm concerned. I'm telling you. Erna, here comes the rain again. Perfect song for our effects that we have here right now. You already know. And Min, you had a cheeseburger, mozzarella sticks, and french fries and Sprite for drinks. I think that's that. Is it that $3 promo, $3 or $4 promo that they have? I've seen that in the app, actually. Tiffany is excited about Whataburger. Very nice. Papa John's for dinner, the new Papadilla. Very nice, Charles. Yeah, I'm telling you, that thing was a really delicious situation. I enjoyed that, especially with the ranch. It was really good. Really, really good. JR, can you do an ice cream review? You know, the only ones that I do are typically the McFlurries. Personally, for me, ice cream is not 100% with me. I'm just going to put it out there with you. But actually, and when it comes to the McFlurries, you guys may have seen the post in my community tab today. They actually have brought back the Chips Ahoy McFlurry, which they brought out with the spicy chicken McNuggets last year. So no spicy nugs, at least nothing that I can see from Mickey D's just yet. But the other day when I was done doing a little bit of night filming, I actually saw when I was driving through to get my $1 Diet Coke, because I do that once in a while, I saw they had that up on the window for that there. So Chips Ahoy McFlurry is out there, so you'll find that review back in the community tab, so you can take a look at that for sure. Halloween starts right after Halloween, Armando. Yes, you already know. And Maureen's going to be doing 2 McRib sandwiches. Yes, I'm telling you, you got to do at least the 2 patties. I don't know about 2 sandwiches because of the bread, but I'd rather have just the meat in there because it's really a banging situation in there as well. Jay, I already checked the radar. It's nowhere close to you. Oh, no. No joke. No joke. Yeah, I wish, like I said, you know, if Arby's was a little bit closer, again, I'd love to check out a few different things as well. But it is what it is. I wish it would rain down. Yes, from Phil Collins, Erna. You already know. That's another classic right there. Min Lee has tried the McRib from McDonald's, and what about you? Yes, I love it. Every time it comes around, it's literally like they say, it's like an old friend returning to say hello. I can't wait to bring that on. Yeah, Jollibee's is still coming along. They're still building it, and like I said, that's one of the reasons you haven't seen it here yet. It will happen eventually. And actually, you know, it's funny because I went to the dentist this past week, and one of the people in there, one of the receptionists in there, knows about the channel that I have, and naturally we were talking about it, and she was asking me if I'd done Jollibee yet. And I said, no, I keep getting some requests on that. That's the next thing coming. Apparently her husband watches my channel, so she's like, yeah, you know, Jollibee. So definitely that's what I'm going to be looking into as soon as it's available. It will eventually be on the channel. I just don't know exactly when, but stay tuned because, you know, new content every single week. You never know what's going to turn up, right? It's one of those things. They have a listing in Fontana. I have a listing there. Yeah, Arby's is definitely, if you're talking about that, they have, I think it's on Sunset in Hollywood, and then actually out in Fontucky, Fontana, which is way out there as well. We had one location in the middle, which was one that I would go to do my reviews, and that's kind of, you know, what happened with that. So good time. Okay, last thing before we jump into this, one quick thing to show you guys really quick is we're coming up on almost a quarter till already, which is crazy. I think just past it. Let's see. Larry Nguyen, how did you name your show Peep This Out? That's one of the things that I've actually talked about in the past, actually. If you take a look at the, I want to say the announcements playlist, it's kind of like a mobile announcements or just like a channel announcements. You'll find the 1,000 subscriber, 100 video subscriber 100 video 1,000 subscriber special, I think it was, where I talked about that actually for sure. Oh, Jane Epper, I was referring to the rain in the background. Okay, yeah, my special effect there. It's well, we actually have officially rain on Saturday from what they say, Jay. Well, that's what they say in Southern Cali, and then on Monday the 25th apparently it's going to be pretty heavy, so we'll have to see. But actually, Mr. Nguyen, take a look, Larry, at the at that playlist, and you'll find exactly where that comes from. I've talked about it a few times in the past, but we'll just leave that for right there. And yes, the first video was a Twinkie from back in the day. All right, guys, I've got something to show you here, which is something that I was able to pick up on a deal at the same time because of a special at Target. And we're adding to the Masters of the Universe Origins collection this time. Do you guys remember this from back in the day? Do you guys remember the Land Shark from Masters of the Universe, or Motu as it's called? The evil monster vehicle, typically ridden by Skeletor. This actually was a favorite of mine. Again, one of the things I never had as a kid. You push down and roll forward and the jaw snaps up and down as it goes right over there. But take a look at that. Very, very cool. It's exactly the same with the exception of the guns being a little bit more hollow on the inside. You can see the one on the back there. It looks like it's not connected fully. It's like two of them split in half and it's on either side, so that's a little different. But the artwork is gorgeous on this. And take a look at Snake Mountain in the background, which means that it's probably going to be coming out eventually if they're showing it here. And again, some of the cool stuff right there. Very, very cool. I wanted to show this to you guys. On the very back, more awesome artwork. The Savage Land Shark. Side-mounted cannons and snapping jaws destroy everything in its path. Very, very cool looking right there. And of course all the Fisto, Man-at-Arms. Kind of reliving my childhood here. Got Triclops, we got Stinkor. And we have the cross-sell of all the current characters that are in there. And of course Castle Grayskull in there as well, which you guys may be noticing probably on the very top right over there. That's what's taking up that whole section in there as well. I just wanted to show you guys. Yes, you're going to run out of shelf space. I already am. But this is definitely something that I was super excited to. It was 25% off because of a coupon at Target. That was the push to get this one here. So this was pretty inexpensive because of that. So very glad that I waited naturally here. So very, very cool artwork. Definitely another cool addition. And of course, you know, I like showing a little bit of the stuff that I was into as a kid that I'm kind of getting back into as an adult, actually, as an adult collector, which is kind of cool. But a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun showing you guys the collection. A little bit of the background there. Let's see. JJ Jr. says that's cool. I think so too. Very cool, actually. They have the Wind Raider, which is out as well too. If I can find another 25% off coupon, I'll probably pick that one up. And if that happens, maybe we'll see that next week. We'll see what happens there as well. Let's see. In your Purple Rain and Red and Red from Peter Gabriel. I would say Purple Rain for me. Definitely Purple Rain. I am definitely a fan of Purple Rain for sure. I mean, classic Prince. You already know what it is. Jay Nepper is jealous. Yeah, I'm telling you, building out this collection that you're seeing here has been really, really fun. Trying to find, you know, the lowest possible deals or just the best possible prices for a lot of these things naturally. Yes, the attack track. I'm sure that will hopefully be coming there. We'll have to see what happens there. I'm excited to see obviously all the other figures that will be down the line, pre-ordering as well too. Troubleshoot Gaming, can't stay but saw you live. Wanted to say hello, love your review. Stay frosty, my dude. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you jumping on and for letting me know. Like I said, I'm very humbled to be able to create this stuff, and the fact that you guys jump in there and let me know what it is, I greatly appreciate that. Wow, Jay is matching Erna now. It is going down. Jay, I think, has already taken the cake here. You guys are too much. I greatly appreciate it. It's getting craziness as we round out the stream here right now. But thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys letting me know that what you're doing, what you see from me is something that you enjoy, and I have a lot of fun creating it. Believe me, it's a lot of work and a lot of time to make this stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like work at all. It's just a love letter to you guys to create something that I think you're going to enjoy, and I'm glad you're digging it. I'm glad you're digging it. As well as being a very positive member of the community, all of you guys here right now. I'm having a lot of fun chatting with you always. Let's see here. Going down the line. Can you post a pic of your Motu collection on Instagram? James Morrison. I can do that. Maybe we'll do a video. I'll do a little quick video over the weekend just to give you a quick look of what it is. I actually did that for Mi Familia, Mr. Jimmy, actually, who's not on here tonight, but just to kind of show him because he was curious also. I just wanted to show him actually just the setup and everything was going on because I had things newly placed as well. But I appreciate that. Junior, definitely like this video. Thanks so much for reminding to hit that like button down below. You guys are definitely doing the do for sure. And at Cervantes, we appreciate you, Ian. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's definitely a lot of fun. Ian K is BK stands for Burger King. Yes, it is. I guess most people will think you must work for them, right? No, I don't. Jay Nepper wants to see me wearing a Jim Morrison wig. Jim Morrison? From The Doors? Well, of course, the Jim Morrison, right? Need to review Pinks in LA. Actually, you know what? I did Pinks with Ken Domick from KBD Productions TV years ago, actually. I want to say back in 2014. It's 7 years ago. Take a look at that video on there. Do the hairdo. Maybe I should, huh? I guess my hair is kind of growing out. I'm long overdue for a cut, actually. We'll have to see about that. Stephanie, we tried this McDonald's Smoky BLT. I just saw that. Robert Dyer just put that out. Good old Tarnation Bob's alter ego, I like to call. Robert Dyer channel just put out that as well. He was one of the first, actually, I think the one to put that out. They're actually testing that out in his area. Smoky sauce, I think, is the main thing with that, right? That's the main thing from what I understand. Mr. Gibson here. Truly, all of you guys have made have an easy night. I'm definitely watching the replay. Ian the man said my name correctly. So many times in a row. Said my name correctly times in a row. Can't thank you, this foodie community enough. Love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is definitely a blast of a time for you guys, definitely, to do this. As you know, Min Lee, why are you in this Peep This Out studio during the live? Why are you in the Peep This Out studio during the live stream? Min, this is where I do it. This is what I do to give you that look. I mean, I could be in my car with my phone. I've done that on occasion. But I like actually being in the studio and giving you something visually engaging, hopefully, that you'll think to look at here while I'm doing my stuff. Charles, stay frosty as well. Love your content. Thank you. Again, Charles, I appreciate the kind words. More fun stuff to come this weekend, of course. You already know what it is. Stephanie, what's your favorite soft drink? You know what? Coke Zero, I enjoy. Diet Coke from Mickey D's, because they do have the best carbonation, the best coldness. It's just the best in terms of how it works, strictly because all the pipes are cold there. Transport all around that, every McDonald's is the same. It really is unique. But I love, Coke Zero. And it's kind of, I'm warming up to the new flavor of it naturally as well. It's okay. But it's not quite, what I kind of prefer, the previous version naturally as well. Drew says Ian should do a mohawk to look like Mr. T, and then I can be Mr. K. I pity the fool. Could be I peep the fool. Well, no, that wouldn't be right either. Let's see, Armando, have you heard about the Great Shakeout when you were at school? No, actually. What is that? What is that? Sub, I'm your hero. Really? Really? The most outspoken, one of the most outspoken peeps out there? Come on. Come on, Sub. We all know that's not true. KJ38, Ian, you explain why Peep This Out. Now, why stay frosty? Well, I've already said that a million times in the past, too. That's because of Michael Biehn, primarily from Aliens. Huge fan of Stay Frosty from that movie, and it actually fits for me, and I really just enjoyed it, to be honest. So I've been using that for a while. Junior, have you had the crispy chicken sandwich from Taco Bell? Yes, I have, actually. Take a look up in the search field of YouTube, open up a separate window, do a search for the crispy chicken sandwich taco from Taco Bell, or just put Peep This Out right after it, and you'll see that review pop right up for you. Let's see, do you ever sometimes wish you can give the new Real Country a review? Or, yeah, of course I would like to give it a shot. I just don't want to drive all the way out to where Arby's is, unfortunately, now because of my schedule. It makes it very hard when these places that I would go to normally are no longer around, which doesn't happen too often. It's really only Arby's. And then next thing you know, it's they're gone, and the next closest location is literally not close by. When it comes to test market stuff and things like that, I try to make that effort because it's a once in a lifetime deal because of where they're doing it. But it's hard actually, and even that sometimes it's usually night reviews, believe it or not, when you see that, because I have to do that at night because that's the only time I can. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it's a possibility down the road. With something as good as what that appears to be, I'm sure it'll be back, at some point there as well. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for it as well too. Let's see here. McDonald's has extra syrup in their drinks too. I've heard that may be a myth too, Tony. That actually may not be true because it's the way their carbonation and the pipes, the way they actually chill all the pipes in the facilities. So as they're being transported from where it's going, when it gets into the cup, it's already literally almost like a nitrogen type of freeze on the outside. Not the same type of thing, but it's an intense type of cold, which if you get it without ice, you'll taste it right away. It's literally just awesome. It's just awesome. Their carbonation is the banging situation. It's rare for them to not be on point when it comes to that. And at Cervantes, I've reviewed almost everything. It feels like it. It feels like that. Armando, you should be CBS 2 KCAL 9 reporter for Halloween. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. No, Tiffany, we don't have Lion's Choice. Wendy's Dave's Double or Baconator? I'm going to say Dave's Double because I like the variation of the Dave's Double. Baconator is an overload of bacon, and that's fine. You got to be in the mood for it, but I think the Dave's Double for me personally. Have you seen it? Drew, the only thing I haven't done is Subway, but that will be soon, according to Drew's food reviews. Drew, I saw you did the apple dip from Domino's. I have to take a look at that. That was a sweet situation. I enjoyed checking all those dips out a week or so ago. Really, really good stuff. Michael Domayer, they need to do that with their ice cream machines to keep them cold. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Yes, and it's only $1. Amazing, says Annette. Sub, outspoken doesn't mean hate. No, I didn't mean it that way, Sub. I have nothing against anybody. Believe me, I appreciate all the comments on the videos and all that stuff as well. And honestly, like I've always said in the past, if you don't have people who are, you know, commenting on your channel, or they have an opinion of you that may be negative, you haven't arrived, right? Because it means you're getting a response. So I appreciate you being one of the community members, as always, naturally, because, you know, even though you don't know me personally, I don't know you personally, I appreciate you guys taking an interest, and it causes the conversation to continue naturally. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm a grown-up, I'm an adult about these things. I have a good time with it at the same time. And Annette says she can't wait for the Subway review. We'll have to see. And yes, Subway Firehouse Subs, I would like to do that at some point. I'd have some really, really good stuff, Armando, believe me. I've been pulled in so many directions. I got to tell you, it's been, like I said, a crazy couple of weeks. This month has been very busy for me in terms of stuff going on, even stuff outside of what I do here on the channel. It's been crazy. And actually, for the Ghost Whopper, I reviewed the original version of that a couple of years ago. Actually, Armando, take a look in my playlist for BK. You'll find that it was available in 2 or 3 locations across the country. San Diego was the location that I went down to. Annette may know the location, actually, because I actually have it in that video, naturally, as well, because she's down over there. But it was a lot of fun to go and make the pilgrimage to go. I left, actually, at 4 in the morning to go and drive down over there. I got there about 6 in the morning, 6:30. Filmed it literally in about maybe half hour, almost an hour, just to kind of get all the footage, and then drove home. Got home closer to noon because it was traffic, and I ended up putting that video together, and it was out at 6 o'clock that night. So I did literally a turnaround time of, like, literally I got up in the, you know, ultra, like, you know, early in the morning. I was so destroyed, and I actually did cardio that night, believe it or not, because I was so excited I was able to get that out at 6 o'clock. I did cardio, but it was a crazy situation. But take a look. That's the real Ghost Whopper with the white bun, which was really cool. So really good stuff there. Jay Nepper had you at Twinkies. I'm going to show this to you one more time here, Jay. This is the box, obviously. This was so much fun to check out. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed, hopefully, checking this out with me right now. If you guys enjoyed what you saw tonight, give me a pumpkin here in the chat again. Let me know that I did my job for you tonight. I had a lot of fun doing it. And yes, A-Wolf, I remember the Nightmare King from a few years ago. A blast of a burger to do from BK. I had a lot of fun doing that as well. I had that exclusive for a little while as well, too. It was a good time for that. So always a blast. I'm a huge thankfulness and very humble to my contacts in the community for all that stuff as well. Lots of good times. I appreciate all the pumpkins. You guys are amazing. This was a lot of fun this week, as it is every week. I'm glad you guys are digging what I'm putting out there for you. Naturally, next week will be something Halloween related again, because we got to do it for Halloween, naturally, as it comes up on the weekend. It's going to be fun, naturally, because it's that time, and a little bit depressing because it feels to be ending, because it's going to be the holiday season right around the corner. So we'll have to see what happens. Derek says Burger King slept on Halloween once again. Well, maybe not so much so. You know, aside from the ghost pepper nuggets, or the ghost nugs, definitely tasty. Definitely tasty. We got the ghost from Jay. And guys, this was a lot of fun tonight. I got to tell you real quick, huge shout outs to each and every one of you, all my amazing mods here on the channel. You guys who are super chatting away right now just blew me away with your generosity and just the good times right over there. And I greatly appreciate that. Jay Nepper, of course, for matching all those donations as well. You guys are, you're insane with that. I appreciate that. Bus7332 kicking it off in the very beginning, and then all the way on through with everybody else here in the chat, from Erna to Shelly as well, and just everybody that is in here right now. It is just crazy, crazy good time tonight here. So last couple of questions before we round it out. And I got to grab some real dinner actually here right now, because I've been talking so much. I am so hungry. Do I think I'll be reviewing the Taco Bell Deluxe Cravings box? You know, I've thought about doing, because that's kind of like a thing they have every single month. Not saying definitely no, but nothing that I can say in the near future, at least for right now, because I know it's coming this week. But at the same time, I know it's not going to be that, not, at least not from me. So we'll have to see. I'm not definitely against that Have You Seen It. It's just there's only so many hours in the day and so many things to review and to put the content together. And also to try and answer comments, which I've been so hard to do lately because of so much that I've been doing. That's why I love doing these live streams, because it allows me to connect with you guys one-on-one, and I find it very important. I've told you guys this in the past. As a content creator, you have to connect with your audience in some way, shape, or form. For me, I like to do it live because I can talk to you, I can look at you directly. If you're watching this on the replay, you know, like we're having this conversation. So I love it. I love doing it. So I got to tell you, I'm very thankful for that at the same time. So with that, last couple of things here. Donuts for dinner from Drew's Food Reviews. Well, that sounds like it would be tasty, but I don't think it would be filling for me right now. Kyle, the bacon pizza from Papa John's looked good. Yes, that was very delicious. I mean, it's pizza. Come on, you already know. Yes, Jay, I know it's coming. It's coming. Not to worry. Not to worry. Gonna be making something here at home. I don't know just yet. I have to take a look at what's in my freezer. I want to make something good and hearty. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make a couple of turkey patties. Something maybe with some eggs. Maybe something with protein. Nothing too crazy carby at the same time. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. If I remember next week, I'll probably let you know to see what it is. So guys, with that, let me just say thank you again, once again, for an amazing stream to be on here right now. All of my peeps jumping in here, a lot of my day ones, a lot of peeps that I haven't seen in a while. It's great to see you guys in effect, everyone communicating with each other here in the chat. Annette Cervantes, you stay frosty as well. See you next week. You already know. Stay frosty to Michael Domeyer, Jane Nepper. We got in here. We got Moyes jumping in here. Sup? Thank you. I appreciate you jumping in here right now. I'm going to be here in the chat for as long as possible before it times out. It's usually about a minute or so. So once the stream ends, I'll be trying to type in as much as I can before that time. So shout outs to each and every one of you. Like I always say, you've got choices when it comes to content here on YouTube. I appreciate you making my channel one of those choices, and naturally spending about an hour or so with me at the same time here. Moyes, the replay will be up on Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but you're immortalized here, at least up to this point. I appreciate you jumping on here right now. We've been on for about an hour, a little over, in effect here. But thank you so much for jumping in. Have I eaten Taco Bell Burrito Grill before? Yes, that's the only way to get it. Ask him to grill it, and it definitely makes it a lovely situation. So with that, let me jump on over here right now. And like I always say, here we go. It's Ian K officially closing out the live stream for Friday, October 22nd. And like I always say, as I've always said just in the very beginning, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. All right, that's the official outro. You already know what it is, but we know somebody's waiting for something else, and we're going to do that in just a second. Again, thank you so much for jumping on, everybody, guys. Lord Darkside, you stay frosty as well. Jersey Mike's is actually out this way as well, too. That would be something to add for sure. Definitely, I've had them in the past. They are actually pretty tasty. Not in terms of anything new, but in terms of stuff coming out. Maybe that's something to add as well, too. I don't do too many sandwiches, but I've done Witch a bunch of times in the past, which is good. So, Jeff Goldblum. Wow, he's 69 today? That's crazy. Now I'm feeling like, man, that's really old for me right now. It's craziness. All right, guys, again, I've said it a million times. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Hopefully the rain didn't make you use the restroom too many times during this last hour. I appreciate you guys being here right there as well. A-Wolf, yes, we need to tell scary stories or watch a movie together. We'll have to figure out something to do for next week as of Halloween right around the corner at that point there. But guys, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have made it very special. To all my amazing peeps and the donations as well. Of course, you guys' names are lit up down below in the description box. I appreciate you greatly. And with that, we are finishing it out for the finishing finale. Guys, have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Whatever you do, do it as safely as possible. And without a doubt, we will talk to you in the next stream. And with that, peace. I'm out.